A very good morning. Welcome, it's Jeff Laughton online on Tuesday the 12th of August at about 11 a.m. I'm afraid the racing looks a little bit dreary today, but with York's big Ebor meeting next week, then be a little bit low key before then, I would have thought. Now, I plan to be at York next week, but before that I'm going to go and get the old motorhome out again and have a few days over in Ireland this week. I'm going to try and drop in at Tremor Races on Friday night. It's a track I've never been to, though I've done quite a lot in Ireland, but it's one to tick off the list, and apparently it's a beautiful little coastal town, so I'm going to head for there on Friday night. I'll try and do the videos whilst I'm away, if possible, from the motorhome, but I won't be putting them up next week when I'm at York. As usual though with these festivals, I'll create a group that you can get all my York bets from at 8:30 every morning if you want them, and if you are interested in that, just send me a text to the mobile number that I've left below. I've just got one bet today on the private service, if you're all interested. 7 winners from the last 10 horses I've given, and we're currently 185 points in front since the start of the flat season. So if you're interested, drop me an email at the email address below, jefflawtonmanagement@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, then you're notified when these videos go up. If you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. It's been set up as an educational channel, not as a tipping one. I still find it hard to watch sometimes when I go on social media and see some of these tipsters talking to people like their heads are zipped up at the back, calling them gambling addicts and idiots. This should be fun, you don't need that. I agree losing money is never fun, but it's not difficult to make money at this game if you keep your discipline. And as I always say, it's about identifying the races. Let's not play in the races where the bookmakers are offering all these concessions. They only offer those because they're very hard to attain. Play in the races with no concessions where they don't want you to play in, and will win more often than not. So let's get cracking today. There isn't much to report, but I will go through it, and we'll start at Carlisle in the 2:15. Although on figures Mighty Magnus has achieved more than the favourite Valor Spirit, I was really taken by Valor Spirit's run last time at Pontefract, where he was knocked sideways coming out of the stalls and lost about 5 lengths. He was detached in last place for much of the trip, but came by them and came round them as well in the straight and finished really well in the closing second. Now this is his first run in a nursery, and a mark of 74 looks reasonable. The addition of £5 claimer Warren Fentiman can only be a plus, and he could be hard to beat. Over at Lingfield in the 4:07, this should centre around the front two in the market, Charming Princess and Silent City. Now, even though Silent City was ridden by a claimer at Hamilton last time who didn't look particularly polished, I was still disappointed in that run, considering the winner wasn't particularly fancied by the yard. Silvestre de Souza takes over today, but I still think Charming Princess has achieved a fair bit more. Admittedly, when odds on last time she didn't over-impress, but a run the time before, having had a year off when making a haggis odds on shot work hard, is the best piece of form on offer. Now, probably the best race of the day runs this evening, the 7:10 at Hamilton. There are some unexposed 3-year-olds in this, but the two at the head of the market stand out. That's Danger Bay, who was impressive here when he won his maiden 7 weeks ago. But I've also been really impressed with William Haggis's Noble Horizon, and even though he was long odds on last time, the way he quickened from 1.5 out was the sign of a very good horse, and I think he'll take the beating. In the 8:40, again this should centre around the front two in the market. Royal Blaze was impressive over 10 furlongs at Ayr 3 days ago. He drops back to a mile tonight, and if he takes his place in the lineup, he could be hard to beat. However, Temper Trap of Tim Easterby's has been running in better grade than this, and he's starting to look dangerously well handicapped. Now that's it for today. I'll speak to you tomorrow at a similar sort of time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you want to know what my bet today is or any other day, drop me an email at the email address below, and thank you for dropping by. Thank you.